I think it was scary. I almost threw the script in the trash just because, money is a big issue in the entertainment industry. Camera gear is expensive, getting a crew, everything. And I showed my script to someone and he ended up, he was a DP, he's one of my mentors, and he was like,
Isa, dice mamá que la comida se va a enfriar.
Greater LA Today, presented by the Chicano Hollywood Film Festival. Tickets available at ChicanoHollywood.com.
What were some of the biggest obstacles, Evelyn? Because you said that you were a PA on a few other productions, and then you're like, you know what? I've got this story I need to tell. I need to do my own thing. And you were lent some camera gear by a friend. Talk to me
yeah.
about what it was like when you took that jump and you said, I need to tell my own story.
I think it was scary. I almost threw the script in the trash just because, money is a big issue in the entertainment industry. Camera gear is expensive, getting a crew, everything. And I showed my script to someone and he ended up, he was a DP, he's one of my mentors, and he was like, I'll lend you the gear. If that's like one of your biggest obstacles, I'll lend it to you and you can have it for a month and figure out what you got to do. So I did it. I that kind of was a big push because I was like, I have no excuse. I have the gear. My friends said that would help. My family said that would be my actors. Money isn't that big of an issue. And I think that's what's the scary thing about first gen people. If you don't know how to finance or do this, you're like, how am I gonna make it with like $100? I made mine with 900, but most of that money was actually the drive that I had to buy to save all the footage in because those are expensive and no one talks to you about that. But I think it
Yeah.
was the community. The community really helped me. If not, I was never able to make this film happen because my family were my actors, my friends were my PAs, camera assistants, and my mentor lent me his FX6. And that camera is expensive, and that's why I was able to make such a beautiful film because I had like a professional camera to use.
There are so many moving parts to be responsible for when you're making even a short film. But you mentioned that community got you through, and that was one of your big messages that we previously spoke about, is you want other filmmakers and other storytellers to remember to look at your community and lean on your community that's all around you, right?
Yeah, I think that's the important part because I mean, if we don't have the finances, the biggest thing is we have each other's back and we can help each other. I'm sure like feed your crew, and some people will be, if they're able financially, they'll be able to volunteer because they want to learn as well. Obviously, once you have a bigger budget, always pay your crew. But as you're starting off and learning, some people will be willing to volunteer just because they believe in what you're trying to say. A lot of the time, like if you don't know what you're doing or like how to do this shot, you can ask your friends. Some of them have done shorts and can learn. One of my friends literally sat down with me and taught me how to edit, so I was able to edit my own short. If not, I wouldn't have been able to do it either. So it's all about community and leaning in. Like a lot of our culture is leaning in on community. And I think we need to use that to our advantage as well as filmmakers, as creatives. Like we're stronger together.
Vuelve a acordar el calor familiar, pero acuérdate.
Now, Evelyn, one of the things that you mentioned, and I really love this part also, is that us kids of immigrants, you set out to portray us accurately, and especially in a time when, we've seen all the negative portrayals, but you wanted to do this accurately. You wanted to take the time to represent correctly. Talk to me about that and why that's important.
Yeah,
Because it
I
is.
think it's important because a lot of the time we're depicted in a bad light, or our parents are alcoholics, abusive emotionally or physically, and that's why we leave home. But to me, it's like sometimes we come from places where we're loved, where it's okay to like grow, and there might be some trauma. Every family has it, but it's kind of learning how to go from surviving to thriving together. And I feel like that's important because as Latinos, if we see that, it opens the ceiling for us. It's not like you can be here. It's like you can go places you haven't even imagined before if we have media that shows it like that. And I think that's what's so important as Latinos to show like show the person who didn't want to go to college but is a creative, or did go to college and is a creative, or is a lawyer, is successful, a billionaire. I mean, ethically, I don't know if that's possible, but all these things are possible. And I feel like a lot of time the media shows us as thugs or poor and stuff. And it's like, that's not the only reality we have as a community. We are complex, we are growing, and we are like taking up space, which is especially important in a time like this.
And Evelyn, let me add to that. We are a beautiful people.
Yeah.
You know, there's such a beautiful tapestry to us, all from all over the place, who come from parents, and even our parents, of course, who came here for a better life and to build and work hard for a better life. So yeah, thank you for having be that part of like behind why it is that you went after this and to build your film. Evelyn, when can people come on out to the Chicano Hollywood Film Festival to check out Dreaming and Always Missing?
Dreaming and Always Missing will be at the Chicano Hollywood Festival, August 2nd, Block 1.
Very cool, everyone. You heard it from Evelyn Garcia. Come on out and support Dreaming and Always Missing and all the other amazing films that are going to be lined up at the Chicano Hollywood Film Festival coming up in later July and early August. Evelyn, thank you so much for being on Greater LA today. I appreciate your time, your expertise, your knowledge base that comes off of you having made your film. And I want to have you on here next time you have the next thing you want to talk about, your next short, your next feature coming up also. So yes, thank you very much for being on Greater LA today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Greater LA Today, presented by All We Have, now streaming on Tubi.